She was a mother, a wife, a neighbor no one feared, but beneath the walls of her home were secrets too horrifying to imagine, bodies buried in silence. Children abused, lives destroyed behind closed doors. She didn't just follow evil, she helped create it. Tonight, we uncover the terrifying truth of Rosemary West, a woman whose crimes shocked Britain and proved that monsters can hide behind family doors. Rosemary West is one of the most infamous female criminals in modern history. Alongside her husband, Fred West, she was responsible for some of the most disturbing crimes ever uncovered in the United Kingdom. Their home became a place of unimaginable suffering, where young women and even children were abused, tortured, and murdered. What made Rosemary especially shocking was not just her involvement, but her active participation. She was not a passive victim of her husband's control. She was a willing, calculated partner in cruelty. Rosemary Letts was born in 1953 in Devon, England, into a deeply troubled family. Her father was abusive, and her home life was filled with neglect, violence, and emotional instability. From an early age, Rosemary was exposed to sexual abuse, which distorted her understanding of love, power, and boundaries. Teachers described her as slow to learn and socially withdrawn. This chaotic upbringing planted the seeds of trauma that would later grow into something far more dangerous. Instead of breaking the cycle of abuse, Rosemary would one day repeat and amplify it. Rosemary met Fred West in the late 1960s, and their connection was immediate and intense. Fred was older, controlling, and already violent, but Rosemary did not run away. Instead, she was drawn deeper into his world. Their relationship was built on domination, secrecy, and shared perversion. Together, they formed one of the most horrifying criminal partnerships ever recorded. Fred may have been the more visible monster, but Rosemary stood beside him, learning, assisting, and eventually leading acts of cruelty herself. The West family home at 25 Cromwell Street appeared ordinary from the outside. Inside, it was a chamber of horrors. Young women, many vulnerable or homeless, were invited in, then trapped. Beneath the floorboards and in the garden, bodies were buried. Rosemary played a critical role, luring victims, restraining them, and maintaining a facade of normal family life. Children lived in the same house where murders occurred, highlighting the terrifying level of control and secrecy Rosemary maintained. Perhaps the most disturbing aspect of Rosemary West's crimes was her abuse of children, including her own. She participated in the sexual abuse and torture of minors with no visible remorse. These were acts not of coercion, but choice. Rosemary was not merely following Fred's orders, she enforced them. Survivors later described her as cold, cruel, and sometimes more violent than Fred himself. The idea that a mother could inflict such harm shattered public understanding of maternal instinct and safety. Psychologists have struggled to fully explain Rosemary West. She displayed signs of extreme emotional detachment, sadism, and manipulation. While she often claimed to be under Fred's control, evidence showed she acted independently, especially after Fred's arrest. Rosemary understood right from wrong but chose cruelty. Her ability to switch between loving mother and violent abuser revealed a chilling capacity to compartmentalize evil. In the early 1990s, police began investigating the disappearance of young women connected to the West household. What they discovered shocked the nation. Bodies were found buried in the home and garden, each uncovering new layers of horror. As evidence mounted, the truth became impossible to deny. Britain watched in disbelief as the ordinary house on Cromwell Street was revealed as a mass grave. Fred West was arrested and charged with multiple murders, but before facing trial, he took his own life in prison. Rosemary, however, survived to stand trial alone. She attempted to portray herself as a victim, but prosecutors dismantled her lies piece by piece. Witness testimony, physical evidence, and survivor accounts exposed her active role in the crimes. In 1995, Rosemary West was convicted of multiple murders and sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. The judge declared her a severe danger to society. Unlike many criminals, Rosemary would never walk free. The verdict brought some sense of justice, but it could never undo the damage inflicted on her victims and survivors. Rosemary West remains one of the most reviled women in criminal history. Her crimes forced society to confront uncomfortable truths, that women can be predators, that families can hide unimaginable evil, and that danger does not always look threatening. Her story is not just about murder. It is about trust destroyed, innocence stolen, and evil hidden behind domestic walls. If this story disturbed you, it should have, because the most terrifying monsters often live where we feel safest. Subscribe for more. Women who shocked the world.